sort of. Perfect. So will everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a fairly light agenda this evening. There have been some adjustments. I'm going to read the paper one for that reason. We will cover the minutes of October 15th, 16th special meetings and the regular meeting of the 22nd. We will follow that with community relations, announcements, and open forum. Then we have one item under appointments and resignations, and that is clerical union members to Insurance Advisory Committee. Then under scheduled appointments, we have our 6:45 to declare the town website an official method of posting. 7 o'clock, hearing for Zorba's alcohol license. Our 7:15, we will skip over, as that no longer needs to be taken care of. That was a hearing for Kaluka LLC's 50s Liquor Mart. They have actually turned in their liquor license. No need to have that appointment. 7:30, the Public Safety Building Committee is on hold. We will then move on to new business. Number 1, Treehouse Brewing. Number 2 will be a Cemetery Commission request. Number 3, the Sustainability Center is on hold per the requester. Thanksgiving holiday hours will be next. Then we have one item under old business that is also on hold, the short-term investigation. And then we will have the Marijuana Advisory Committee, followed by any policy reviews, the Student Select Persons Report, the Town Administrator Report, and any other business unknown at the time of posting. There is no executive session, so at the conclusion of the meeting tonight, we will simply adjourn to the next one. Oh, wait, Mary?
There's a moment of silence.
Where, did I miss that?
Pledge of the flag.
Garcia.
It's not on here. Where?
Under the call to order.
Oh, okay. It is here. See, that's why you wear your glasses. Would everyone please join me in a moment of silence for Olaf Garcia? He was a longtime member of the school committee for the Southern Worcester County Regional School District. Thank you. Bad that my glasses are in the car. Okay, we will go on to the first item on the agenda then, which is the minutes of October 15th, 2019 special meeting.
I wasn't there. Okay, so were you there?
You weren't there either?
I was there. Yeah, I just missed the last one. So I'll make a motion that we approve.
I'll second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Chair votes aye, motion carries 2 in favor, 1 abstention. Assuming you only have 3.
Sorry, guys.
We'll move on to the next, and that is the minutes of the special meeting from October 16th. Let's see,
Just make sure we-
present was just me. Well,
Oh, we didn't have a quorum.
so we'll skip that. There's no quorum, therefore there's nothing to approve. Well, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes that there was no meeting.
Yeah, there really wasn't a meeting.
Yeah, there wasn't, yes, we don't.
So I'm just gonna say, well, we made a motion, no second, we'll move on. Minutes of the regular meeting, October 22nd.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, everybody. Community relations, announcements, and open forum. There are a few. The town hall will be closed on Monday, November 11th, 2019, in observance of Veterans Day. While I won't speak for the board, I think they would agree, a big thank you and a heartfelt thanks to all of our veterans. We wouldn't be here without you. But we would be here, we wouldn't be free without you. The Charlton Police Department will be participating in No Shave November. Each participant must donate $100 to Home Base, a Red Sox foundation and Massachusetts General Hospital program to support veterans and their families. They will be continuing the campaign through December with an additional donation of $100 per member to go to the Charlton Chip-In Food Bank. All participants will be clean-shaven by January 1, 2020. Town of Charlton Senior Tax Work-Off Program, new guidelines for 2020. The maximum abatement is now $1,500. Current low-income guidelines from HUD, no asset requirements. This program gives qualifying seniors who are at least 60 years of age an opportunity to volunteer hours to a municipal department and in return receive $1,500 abatement on their property taxes. Income guidelines apply. The program is funded for 20 participants. The program policy and application are available at the Charlton Senior Center and online at www.townofcharlton.net. If you have questions, please call Outreach Coordinator Catherine Pariseau at 508-248-2246 or Director Elaine Materis at the Senior Center at 508-248-2231. There is a box in the town hall for donations of toys and crafts for the holidays for the children at UMass Medical's Child Life Services, which is a level 1 pediatric trauma unit. Any items with hair or fur cannot be donated. There is also a box, I believe, pretty sure, at the police and fire departments as well. Is there anyone here for open forum?
Mr. Chair?
Ms. Noble?
I would just like to take a moment to recognize the Charlton Arts and Activities Center and Kristen Petrick for the wonderful job they did at Trunk or Treat in October. We had representatives and vehicles there from police and fire, and the kids were thrilled. We had lots of little guys dressed up as firemen and EMTs and members of law enforcement, and they got to go and sit inside the vehicles and walk around and have a good time with that. There were over 400 children in attendance. I know this because I went through a bag of 350 pieces of candy and then had to have somebody bring me more. There were probably 20 cars there, so I want to thank all the residents from town who showed up and participated and donated their candy and their time. It was a wonderful time for everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Noble. It sounds like a good time. I came by that day. I got to see a lot of the costumes in Town Hall before the arrest by the police chief. You know, it was good because there were a lot of people in Town Hall dressed as convicts, and a whole group dressed as robbers, so it's kind of like the before and after, you know? Everything.
There were
Or the
about,
smart crooks and the dumb crooks.
I guess, there were the Halloween trick or treat that we do here at the town halls where they bring the children over, the preschoolers over from the library, and it's done on Halloween. Mary is a big part of that. I think we had over 75 children come through the town hall that day.
Mary was a smart crook. She didn't get caught.
Got that right.
It was nice to see the level of participation.
Yep,
Thank you, Ms. Noble.
you're welcome.
Is there anyone else here for open forum or any other announcements?
Through the chair. That's a lot. Just a couple of things. First, tomorrow night is Shepherd Hill Music Department's first ever Disney Singing Spaghetti Supper fundraiser.
Oh, wow.
Tickets are $10 and available at the door. 6 and under are free. It's all you can eat from 5:30 to 8. And then the Shepherd Hill Music Parents Annual Craft Fair will be Saturday, November 23rd from 9 to 4. There's a $5 admission fee, and coupons for $1 off are circulating online and around town. And then the Shepherd Hill cafeteria staff are putting on their first ever community Thanksgiving dinner. It's completely free on Monday, November 25th, and open to everyone in the community, and it's from 6 to 7:30.
That's awesome. Very generous and very nice. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Chief, is there any way we can get some of that from Anya on the website? Would you like us to, if we can get it on the web with that information?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
On
we
the
get it.
boards?
or whatever we can do.
Thank you. Just to help get the words.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we'll move on then to our first appointment. Clerical union members to Insurance Advisory Committee.
Attached is a request from Donna Folio, Chairman of the Insurance Advisory Committee, asking the board to appoint the following clerical union members to the Insurance Advisory Committee. Primary would be Eric Tully, the alternate Sue Guerin. These terms of appointment would be until May 31st, 2020. I would recommend the board make the appointments as requested.
So moved?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We're a little ahead. Is our 6:45, is anyone here for the 6:45?
This is Karen LaCroix's request, so I think she's over across the
If
street.
if
but I-
she's ready, we'll take her now. If not, we'll just come back to it.
Probably about 3 minutes ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Probably take me 3 minutes to read this.
Oh, I heard footsteps, okay. So we'll do our 6:45. Well, we wanted to catch you off guard, so we did it 3 minutes early. 6:45, request to declare the town website as an official method of posting meeting notices, requested by the town clerk.
Town Clerk Karen LaCroix is asking the Board of Selectmen to declare the town website, www.townofcharlton.net, as the official method of posting meeting notices, as opposed to the electronic boards located in the town hall. Per the open meeting law guidelines, prior to utilizing the municipal website as the official method of posting meeting notices, the chief executive officer of the municipality must authorize or vote to adopt such website as the official method of posting notice. The clerk of the municipality must inform the Division of Open Government of its notice posting method and must inform the division of any future changes to that posting method. Public bodies must consistently use the most current notice posting method on file with the division. A description of the website, including directions on how to locate notices on the website, must also be also be posted on or adjacent to the main and handicap accessible entrances to the building where the clerk's office is located. Note that meeting notices must still be available in or around the clerk's office so that members of the public may view the notices during normal business hours. I would recommend the board approve the request and adopt the town's website as the official method of posting meeting notices.
I'd like to make a motion that we declare the town website the official method of posting meeting notices as opposed to the electronic boards located in the town hall.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. So just a quick question. So we'll do the town website as the official method, but we'll still utilize the electronic boards as well?
So the electronic boards will just say where they can go, townofcharlton.net. We'll list off the calendar and then agendas that they can find it. So we have to still keep the boards, both boards up with that information on it. And that they can also, ask for a copy during regular business hours.
Karen?
Oh, we're
I'm sorry. Karen Alex?
It's just
Karen's in the room.
knee-jerk reaction, yes?
Where on the town's website will they be posted? Will it be on the landing page, or will they have to go to the different departments or
No, so it's the
boards?
same as it is now. So
Okay.
nothing's going to change. So right now, we've been doing both.
Okay.
So the process to put them on the board is one process, and a PowerPoint, and then we were putting it on the website. So nothing will change from,
Okay.
if the public's going to look for meetings now, everything's going to stay the same.
Okay, very good.
But
Thank
yes,
you.
so it'll be the main page, it'll be the calendar for the meeting, they click on the meeting, and that'll take them to the agenda.
Okay. How's it going with the new town website and updating information? Is it seamless? Is it quick?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Once, there's a lot of clicks to go through, but we've, on our end, we've learned it, so.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it'll-
that's the only thing. There is, a few clicks to find that agenda. You've probably all gone on it from that end, but.
Right, I just want to make sure that, as agendas change, it's, you have the ability to update it quickly,
Yes.
because that's now all in-house.
Right, and at some point, the next step will probably be, internal people probably more so, posting their own meetings.
Okay.
And that had been discussed when they were looking at the website and doing that from the beginning. I'm like, let's just keep it the way it is right now. And, Mary can do hers and assessors can do theirs. We're not
Right.
gonna have the smaller arts and activities councils probably have to post their own. So we'll still do, even if we do 50%, then that's fine.
Okay.
It'll be easier for someone to update. And if something changes on a Friday, they can just do it. And I think you can do it from home even, but that's what I was told,
Okay, yeah, you can probably do it remotely.
yeah.
Okay, thank you,
So,
Karen.
you're welcome.
And I did want to acknowledge Karen, because I know you've been approached on Fridays to post things, and you go above and beyond to accommodate people, so please know it's noted, and we're thankful for that.
You're welcome, no problem.
Any other comments or questions? No, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously.
Okay.
And do
And
we have-
probably for the next week or so, we'll still do it the same way on this board and online until we make sure it's all set with the state.
Do you notify the state, or do we have to notify the state?
I'll do it. I
Thank you.
think Mary had done your vote, yeah.
I saw that.
So then we'll send that in, so.
All right.
Good?
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is our 7 o'clock here or early? If not, we can just jump ahead to new business, because Treehouse is here.
I don't think so.
I don't think
All
there's
right.
too long business
So
here.
does
Okay.
Treehouse mind if we take them now? She says, no, I don't want to go home early. All right, so we'll jump ahead. Our first item under new business,
Page 34.
thank you, is Treehouse Brewing request for extended Sunday hours.
Treehouse Brewing is requesting a change in hours of operation on Sundays during the holiday season from noon to 6 to noon to 9 on the following Sundays, November 24th, 2019, December 1st, 2019, December 22nd, 2019, and December 29th, 2019. Per Mass General Law, Chapter 138, the board has the authority to set hours of operation for establishments. I would recommend the board approve this request.
Any comments or questions from the board?
Do we have to make a motion before we have a discussion?
It's up to you. You could have questions and comments before we make a motion in a second. It's up to you. You can do it either way you want.
Couple questions. Sure. These are the only Sundays that you're going to be asking for?
Yes.
How
these
did
are-
you pick these Sundays?
These Sundays fall before and after Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay, did you do this last year? I don't recall you doing this before.
We were not open on Sundays until this year, so Sundays are now a part of our regular schedule. We're just looking to add hours in on those days to, part of it is the volume during the holiday season is big. So by spreading out our hours, it kind of alleviates some of that pressure during the noon to 6 by adding a couple of hours at the end of the day. A lot of people are traveling during that time, so it allows us
Yes,
to.
they are.
Yeah, it allows us to accommodate them.
Okay, are you anticipating a lot of traffic during that time?
Yes. Holiday traffic in general, but yes, we do anticipate that because people do travel a lot during that time, so yes, we do.
Have you made arrangements to have a police detail, should you need it?
I will when we get closer. I usually talk to the chief as we get closer to those, to any time that we think that there's going to be a situation, any type of that.
Okay.
Higher volume, and the police officers are on our property, they're not on Route 20.
Right,
So we also recently hired a private security company to help alleviate some of the pressure with that as well. But if we need a police detail, we're more than happy to do that.
okay. I noticed a lot of construction going on up there. You're building a much larger warehouse.
Correct.
And will there be a lot of construction vehicles during this time period?
Construction doesn't occur on Sundays, so
Okay.
those vehicles will not be in motion on those days. And we have a lot of construction right now because we are pushing them to be done. before the winter and before that
Okay.
stuff happened. So yeah, so right now it's, they're working Saturdays till like 2 PM or whatnot.
Okay.
And that's so that we can get that construction settled.
Okay. So the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, are you open that day?
We are open that day. We generally have extended hours as well, but we're open till 9 during the week now already, so we don't go past 9.
Okay, do you anticipate being open until 9 that evening?
We do.
Okay, that is one of the busiest travel days,
Mm-hmm.
and Route 20 is going to be a parking lot.
Yes.
Especially eastbound.
The good news
Especially
is
southbound.
people won't be moving very quickly. The
Right.
speed limit will be down to 10, maybe.
This is very true.
And the other good news for Treehouse is everyone just sitting there be like, oh geez, just pulling.
And when we have volume like that,
Uh-huh.
we do not open the bar. So that eliminates some of the people like sitting and staying at the brewery.
Okay.
We only guarantee that the bar is open on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. All other days are dependent on traffic flow.
That was going to
And,
be my other question, is if you were going to be doing pours on these days.
it's all dependent on flow. So
Okay.
if it's crazy busy, we focus 100% of our staff on moving the can line and making sure that there's not traffic backed up onto Route 20.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No? So I'll just point out, going forward, so the reason sometimes you'll see motions or seconds made, and sometimes you won't, is sometimes you want to have the conversation, because that could actually affect someone's decision to even make a motion or second. So, that being said, if there's no more discussion, does anyone like to make a motion or a second?
Through the chair,
Ms. Noble?
I would make a motion that we allow Treehouse Brewing to change the hours of operation on the following Sundays: November 24th, December 1st, December 22nd, and December 29th of 2019, from 12 noon to 6 PM to 12 noon to 9 PM.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, and hope you
Great.
guys have a very successful holiday season.
Thank you very much.
Is there 7 o'clock here?
It's not certain yet.
All right, so is the cemetery commission here, or do they need to even be here?
I don't think they need to be, it's just a
Okay.
surplus.
Chief, can we move on to number 2, cemetery commission?
Attached is a request from the Cemetery Commission requesting the Board of Selectmen declare the Cemetery Department's 2010 Ferris IS 1500-2148 zero-turn mower to be a surplus item. This mower was put into service and used by the Cemetery Department since 2010 and has since been taken out of service in August of this year due to repairs needed. Funding for a new mower to replace this mower has been requested and approved at the October 2019 special town meeting. This mower has approximately 890 hours and will need service and repair work to operate in a safe and efficient manner. I would recommend the board declare the Cemetery Department's 2010 Ferris IS 1500-2148 zero-turn mower as surplus.
So moved?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. We will be skipping the Sustainability Center update. That's put on hold by the requester. It is still not 7. Let's jump ahead to the Thanksgiving holiday hours.
With Thanksgiving quickly approaching, questions have arisen on holiday hours for the employees. Per the personnel bylaws in the clerical union contract, employees are allowed Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving off. Because the town hall is not open on Fridays, I would recommend the board consider allowing the employees to take the day before Thanksgiving off as their Friday, as we have in the past.
Any comments, questions, or motions from the board?
Through the chair,
Ms. Noble?
the last couple of years that I've been on the board, we have allowed town employees to do this, and I would make a motion that we do that again.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously.
And might I just say that I'm very grateful, and this is the board's way of giving thanks for all the hard work that the town employees do.
Thank you, Ms. Noble.
You're
Ms. Beeler.
I don't think so. Mary, are they here? Do you know?
Mr. Overseer?
Yeah.
So in that case, we would move on to old business short term. That's also been placed on hold. So if you're up for it, we can move ahead to the marijuana advisory committee.
That's fine. I have some very exciting news for everybody. Monday morning, Veterans Day at 10 a.m., Green Gold Group on Route 20 will be open for business.
And that's medical only.
Medical.
Right?
Medical only, yes.
Thank you for the update.
You're welcome. I know that everyone has been waiting for that to happen. The delay has been, for the last several weeks, the delay has been training of the staff. So the owner of the company wanted to make sure that everybody was trained on each and every step of the cannabis process. They have been, they have all their badges, and they're ready to open up for business on Monday morning. So congratulations, and we look forward to having them here.
Thank you, Ms. Noble. Do we have any policy reviews? Since Stevin's still not here. Ms. Grondowski, are you ready for the student select persons report?
Yes.
Let's put you on the spot.
Okay, I have lots because it's November, and it's very busy in November. Okay, so, November 7th, Shepherd Hill will be hosting a college planning workshop in the auditorium from 5:30 to 6:30. Guidance strongly encourages seniors and their parents to attend. November 7th is also a half-day, and parent-teacher conferences will be happening in the afternoon from 1 to 4 and from 6 to 8 o'clock. November 13th at 6 p.m. is the 7th and 8th grade open house and orientation. This event will give middle schoolers the chance to tour Shepherd Hill and learn a little bit more about their extracurriculars before they decide where they want to go for high school. Guidance, for the first time ever, is also hosting a freshman parent breakfast and a senior parent breakfast. The freshman parent breakfast will be Tuesday, November 12th from 9 to 10 a.m. And it is an avenue to discuss any questions ranging from courses, extracurricular activities, freshman transition, post-grad planning, etc. with the guidance counselors. And the senior parent breakfast will be Tuesday, November 19th from 9 to 10 a.m. also. All grade 12 parents are welcome to attend an informational session hosted by guidance, and light food and refreshments will be served. Our all-famous male beauty pageant, Mr. Shepherd Hill, will be at 7 p.m. November 21st, and tickets will be on sale soon. A congratulations to 76 of our grade 12 students who qualified to receive the state John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. It entitles students to 4 years of a free tuition credit at any state college or university, as well as any participating Massachusetts community colleges. Currently underway is the 2019-2020 high school CPR challenge. The objective is to train as many people as possible throughout the district in this life-saving technique. It's hands-only CPR, and it takes less than 10 minutes to learn and can lead to the creation of a generation of lifesavers. The nurse department at the school challenged the NHS to participate in it, and once they learn, they would encourage NHS members to start teaching other kids. Shout out to seniors Emma Albright, Owen Doyle, and Jason Nowak, who have already undergone the training and taught a freshman PE class. The NHS, as an entire club, is trying to be more openly involved in the community, and these are just a few of the things they participated in for the month of October. In the school, at the high school, and in both middle schools, we held Socktober and collected nearly 1,000 socks just at Shepherd Hill alone. And these collections go to Andy's Attic, which is a nonprofit for less fortunate students and community members in Worcester schools. They attended the Dudley Middle School Community Reading Day and the Charlton Middle School Community Reading Day. They also went to the Halloween Reading Carnival at Charlton Elementary and the Charlton Arts and Activity Center Trunk or Treat. And for the month of November, they're going to be collecting money donations for their food drive and have already collected over $600 in donations. The Shepherd Hill Art Department held their annual pumpkin decorating contest last week, where students in all 4 lunches get to vote on their favorite decorated pumpkin. And the winners were first place, Mackenzie Peretti Second place, Isabella Gervais, and third place, Caitlin Robertson. The Shepherd Hill Marching Band won the New England Scholastic Band Association 2019 Championship on November 3rd with a score of 96.6, and they will be attending nationals in New Jersey this weekend, competing at MetLife Stadium. And finally, the Shepherd Hill football team won their senior night game against Doherty High last weekend, and right now they're holding a 6-2 record.
Thank you, Anya.
Yep.
Any questions for the student select person? No? She's like crickets. Is there 7 o'clock here?
He's not here, I don't know if anybody else is here for it.
7 o'clock?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so we will go on to page 23 then for our 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock hearing, Zorba's Pizzeria Tavern LLC, failure to conduct a licensed business. Chief Ashton?
License renewal season in full swing. Our office contacted the ABCC for 2 liquor license holders that we have been told have not been operating since May or June of this year. The director at the ABCC said that we had to send letters to the license holders, inviting them to a meeting of the board for a hearing concerning possible cancellation of their annual liquor license they hold for failure to conduct the licensed business for approximately 5 months, to allow them the opportunity to explain why. Letters were mailed on October 17th, 2019. There are 2 options for the board to consider. If the establishment is in the process of selling their license or business, they are allowed to renew their license, but the transaction must be completed within 6 months. If not completed, the board may cancel their license. Second option, this meeting is also an opportunity for the license holder to return the license to the town on their own. Should the board make the decision to cancel their license, the license holder has the option to appeal to the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission. We have scheduled Zorba's for 7 p.m., and we also received confirmation that they signed for the letter, sent certified mail, and the gentleman is here.
Thank you, Chief. If you would, if you just give your name and address at the microphone.
Phil Demopolis from Zorba's. Phil? I was a general manager for most of the time that we were open there. We closed Zorba's in May with the idea to renovate the property, probably change concept. Those plans have kind of been put on hold. We talked with Treehouse. Treehouse mentioned to us that there was going to be a lot of road work happening within the time upcoming. So we decided, rather than renovate during road construction and then trying to open up a full sit-down restaurant again throughout that process, that we would put it all on hold and see what happens with the traffic flow there. So, other than that, I really don't have anything to say about it. If it's to give the license back and reapply for a new one, so be it. But I guess we don't have the problem to pay the fee. And if you tell us next year, hey, give the license back, and nothing's happened, we'll give you the license back.
So, I'll open up to questions from the board or comments, if anyone has any. If not, I do, but I'll defer if anyone else wants to go first or has anything to say, or not.
Mr. Chair?
Ms. Noble?
So you stated that you've been closed since May
Yes.
for renovations, which have not occurred.
Correct.
Have any renovations, even in the planning stages, has anything been done?
Yeah, so we had some plans drafted about doing alterations to our bathroom. There was some questions with the building department. They wanted us to widen the egress, to add double doors. We've had some preliminary plans done on our patio to enclose it there. So none of them have actually been engineered or anything, or we haven't gone forward with any building permits or anything like that. But some initial drafts have been made.
Okay. What about the staff that had been working there?
So some of them came to Worcester,
Uh-huh,
and some of them decided that they wanted to, do something else.
okay. Is the Worcester location your only other business or restaurant business?
We own another place in the Virgin Islands.
Okay, so you have two other
Yes.
restaurants?
Do you have one in Northborough?
We don't, it's just, some relatives.
Have you spoken with Treehouse Brewing?
So we had a pretty informal meeting with them a few weeks ago, the two majority partners there.
Yep,
And they had mentioned that, I don't know if it's with you or with the highway department or DPW in town, that lanes need to be added to Route 20, and that's about all we know about it. We haven't seen any plans for it. We haven't
So,
gone
So-
into deep discussion with them about it.
okay.
We always hoped that a light would go in, but
so if I may, I wouldn't recommend ever holding your breath on the state. As we know, anytime the state can say something's in process, it can take 6 months or it can take 60 years. So I think, it would be to your benefit to not wait for the state on anything. And, to me, conduct your business as though nothing's changed, because you could be waiting for the state forever.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, we've been in town for almost 14 years, and a lot has changed in terms of traffic flow, which made significant differences in our business. No one closes the doors and says, oh, it's a good thing, we didn't do it because, we did it hoping to do something to better the situation and hope that the highway department or, whoever was in charge of fixing the road there was going to do something to better the situation as well.
Route 20 is the state.
So, like you said, don't hold your breath for the state, but, I think our business was based mostly on local people, it wasn't based on customers that visit Treehouse, and sure, we saw some of them, but we found that a lot of the townspeople would come out for dinner and, they might make it to the restaurant in 10 minutes, but a lot of the times leaving the restaurant, it might take them an hour to get home, and that's not really it's not conducive of us doing more business, that hurts our business. So, we were optimistic that, when Treehouse said, there's gonna be a repair done to the road, Now, if it doesn't happen, then we have to reassess what we wanna do as well, so.
To the chair?
Ms. Noble?
I'm gonna just be really blunt about this. Will you be reassessing, or do you think you'll be staying closed?
So if the work happens on the road, or if the work starts to happen on the road, we would look for completion of that work. Or to see that it's gonna be done in a reasonable amount of time, to say, yes, we're gonna go ahead and renovate our restaurant, and, because it's a costly process, it's not a little bit of money.
Right.
And then if we see that's happening, yeah, we would plan to reopen.
I think the, let's just say reality of the situation is, like I said, I would act like that's not gonna happen. And I'm just saying, we want it to, but again, you can't count on the state, and I don't think you can base your business decisions on the state. So I think the approach you guys need to take is, if the status quo doesn't change, or if it does change, right, I'm just being a realist, but it takes 2 years or 3 years for the state to get this done. I think that's how I think you should be looking at it, saying, look, it could be a blessing, this happens tomorrow, but we know what it's like working with the state. And I think that no one here would disagree, you guys have been wonderful neighbors. My comments, I guess, would be, we know you've been wonderful neighbors, and we hope that you reopen. But also according to the state guidelines, I guess my personal feelings would be, the way to handle it would be to, unless you're gonna start construction of something in the next month, to be within the state guidelines, that the license would be turned in, and then if you decide we are going to, just come back and we'll give the license back again. At least that way we're
And
within the state
I can
guidelines.
certainly, that's fine as well.
And obviously, for me, I hope we do, I hope you do.
Yeah, and like I said, we'd like to, my family's owned that property since 1986, so it's not, they owned it when it was countryside, they got out of it, by putting other operators there, and we reopened in '05. So there's nothing wrong with you know, we want to do business in Charlton, you know, and hopefully the situation with the traffic improves, and we can get back to doing that.
Maybe one thing, have you talked to, of course, it's not our road, we can't do it, but Jerry Foskett, the highway superintendent, might be able to contact the
I
state.
believe my father had a brief conversation with him last week.
Anything?
I don't think that conversation really got anywhere, but, you know, it was more like, you know, let's get back in touch sometime soon, and
But did he ask Mr. Foskett if he could reach out to MassDOT to get like an update, like what's going on, timeframe, 6 months?
I
6
think that
years?
was the aim of that conversation, but I'm not sure as to the result of that
So,
conversation.
one of my requests then through the town administrator would be is if you could please reach out to Mr. Foskett, ask him to please reach out to MassDOT and try and get them some kind of a timeframe. I think to be fair to them as well.
Yeah,
if
we'd
MassDOT's saying 6
appreciate it,
months
you
or
know,
6 years.
just to be in the loop a little bit on what's gonna happen, or, you know, when it's gonna happen, or how it's gonna happen, or if it's gonna happen at all, you know.
You can't run a business if you don't have any
Certainly,
answers.
we don't like just sitting in limbo, you know. We know that there's not, like, a lot of restaurants in town either.
And,
We're happy to
and
do
to
business
be,
here.
and through the
Yeah.
chair, we don't like you being closed either.
Yeah.
We definitely miss the Zorba's
You can't run
presence
a
in
business.
town.
Thank you.
You're
You can't run a
welcome.
business without answers.
Yeah.
So hopefully, the chief will talk to Jerry and ask him to get a hold of MassDOT, at least give us some kind of a guess, at
Yeah,
least something.
that'd
to
be
work with.
wonderful. Thank
And
you.
then I would say check with Chief Maxfield a couple days. Monday.
Yeah, we've had ongoing discussions. I mean, the state's never really given us, you know, I've had conversations with his father, Mr. Demopoulos, and,
Can we ask Mr. McGrath to
Well,
maybe pull it,
you know.
ask a friend of his?
You know, he would probably know the right person to ask, probably a lot faster than, you know, just calling there generally, but I'll look into him.
So we'll check, because one of the board works for MassDOT, he might know somebody as well.
Great, all right, appreciate that.
Okay. Through the chair, have we made a decision regarding the liquor license?
I've given my opinion, but the board's done nothing. at
Do,
this point.
do we have to make this
We-
decision
so
now? Can
there's
we
two
put it off a
options.
couple of weeks?
Well,
Because, until we find out?
You
or-
can put it off for a couple of weeks, but the bottom line is then you either request him to come back again, and if it hasn't changed, I'm sorry.
There are ABCC regs that Mary is the licensing, sort of the licensing authority, so you could probably direct those questions to her. My understanding is that if you're closed that long, it's supposed to be turned in.
It was within 6 months.
Am I correct in that, Mary?
You are, and he can reapply next year. If they do want to go through and they're going to do changes, he's got to go through the whole process anyway to make the changes to the license.
I think
I'll
the-
work with them, we have.
Yeah, I think the
I
one
mean,
thing-
we've been through the process more than one time, you know, we know what it entails, so I understand if it's gotta be one way, you know, that's what it is, and, you know, when we come to that crossroads, we'll come and apply again, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
does the town have licenses available, or
Yes.
not?
Yes, we
State
do.
doesn't like pocket licenses, those are kind
Right,
of
but
against the
we
thing, and
we
that's
have
what
a
it's
few.
been.
Yeah,
So,
I understand, you know,
So
rules are
I'll work
rules.
with you, absolutely.
Unless all of a sudden, in the next few months, a bunch of new restaurants open up with full liquor, we have a couple.
We do have, they increased our quota too.
Yeah, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, no problem, you know, so,
So you'll turn it back in, and then when you open up again, and we hope that you do, you just reapply?
We do hope you,
Yes,
we
yeah,
hope
no
that you do.
problem.
And my request would be, follow up with this board again. I'd like to find out from Mr. McGrath if he has a contact where he works at MassDOT, and through Mr. Foskett, through 2 channels, if there's any way we can get you some kind of a feel for what's timeframe.
If I can add to this, Kim from Transferring Company.
Can you-
We are meeting tomorrow with Conservation Commission.
Kim, come on, come up here to the
You
microphone.
know you gotta step up to the mic.
You should know the process by now.
You have to
You've been here
introduce
enough.
yourself and say where you're from
I
again.
had to send Damien last time, so. Kim Glinski, Treehouse Brewing Company. If I can just add to the Route 20 thing, we are waiting for DOT as well, but we do have a meeting tomorrow with Conservation in regards to what we're doing on our property to widen the road. So if they approve that, we'll start working on our physical property. But we are still, the 100% design has been sent to DOT from our engineers, and we are waiting on DOT. So.
Par for the course.
Yes, so again, everyone's still waiting for DOT. I did meet with District 3 about a month ago with, I think it was a 25% design, and they had some comments in regards to the side of the road where Zorba's is, due to the small amount of median on that side, so they had to redesign it a little bit to push it more towards our side of the road, because we do have room to expand on that side. So all of these things are definitely in process. The state just,
So if you get anything tomorrow, if you could let the chief know, that would be great.
yeah, Conservation has already seen our plans. So in Northern Construction is on site and waiting for that go. But that doesn't mean we can touch the highway. It just means we can touch our property. So they're going to look at, you know, what we have proposed or what our engineers have proposed. And also on top of that, the other side is all of the utilities, which we have been in touch with. So those poles have not just National Grid, but Verizon and a few other things on them. So even if we did get approval from DOT, we've been pushing all of those utilities. Even before we have the approval from DOT, we've already been all over Verizon and National Grid and all of those guys to get a time frame as to when we can move those utility poles. So that's that's a bigger hold than DOT telling us that we can go with it. So there are a few pieces that come into play with this, but we are working our hardest on it.
Might I make a suggestion?
Yes.
You and Zorbas are essentially neighbors. You live across the street from each other.
And
Can
when he did come in to talk, our own, Damien, who's the owner, did
Yep.
discuss these
Yeah, we
things.
sat down with them, you know,
Yep.
they were very helpful.
And I would
very,
just,
you know,
I would just suggest
is-
that we keep the lines of communication open between the two
I got this
businesses,
letter.
so.
I got this letter today.
Okay.
So the fact that I'm seeing him now is.
That's
kind of-
very good.
Yeah, kind of me getting to tell him, but we did receive this today, and this is in regards to the 100% design being sent to DOT.
Okay.
Whether they approve it or not remains to be seen.
Okay. So I'm glad you're both here tonight.
Great, thank you.
So at this point, I assume the license is surrendered and
That's what it sounds like.
they'll reapply. We have several.
Yeah, okay.
And I would also, I guess, recommend stay in touch with the town hall, with our office for updates. And if we can get an update, we'll reach out and let you know.
Awesome, thank you so much.
We want you to open again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mary, she's gonna slap me for this. All right. If he's surrendering it, we don't have to make a motion.
You still should, so the APCC, I have to notify them that you did meet with them.
Okay, anyone care to make a motion?
Through the chair, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the surrendered liquor license from Zorba's Pizzeria Tavern LLC.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Other than hopefully quick. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye, motion carries unanimously.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for
much.
coming
Okay,
down,
no.
and thank you for continuing to be a good neighbor.
Mr. Singer, may I?
I'm like, he's sitting there like, wait a minute.
So as Philip here reports, I have spoken to his father several times about various renovations, and I just would like to offer that I'm always willing to meet with them and have to bring forward renovations. The longer the facility sits unused, the other issues start to raise their heads, and as I tell anyone, apply early and often so we can get through the review process and, get them on a construction schedule that meets theirs, but it's, complicated projects sometimes take a little doing.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Oh, here we go. Just kidding, Mary.
alcohol left in the building?
We emptied everything out.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right, because we just have to make sure everything is gone.
Yeah, we did empty it out.
Okay.
We returned some things back to the vendors, we took some of the things that are listed.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, thank you, Mary.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank
You
you
too.
very much.
Our 7:30, we're ahead. Our 7:15, I'm sorry. That's
No, that
also,
wasn't,
Nope,
that was
they
turned
turned in.
into the
That was
board.
turned in, so-
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, to the selectmen's office, yes.
correct, so we're skipping that one.
Public safety building
7:30 is
committees.
also on hold.
Yep,
That's it.
that's it.
Is there any other business? Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
TA report,
Is there a TA report?
well, a quick one.
We tried to cut them off, but it never works.
Well, that's okay, we can skip it. The first thing is the Green Communities Grant. You were notified at your September 24th, 2019 meeting that the town of Charlton has been awarded $211,235 for the following proposed projects in the town of Charlton's Green Communities Competitive Grant Application. $48,323 for the library for LED lighting, $58,912 for the town hall LED lighting, $94,000 for the wastewater treatment plant, variable frequency drives, motors, blowers, $10,000 to the town for administrative and technical assistance. The lighting projects are being scheduled. Both buildings should be completed by the end of December. The water sewer project details are being worked out. Office staff also attended the National Grid Energy Summit on October 17th in Foxborough. By attending, we received another 10% incentive certificate that can be used towards an additional energy efficiency project. Wow, say that 3 times fast. We also received a buy one, get one certificate for electric vehicle charging stations. The Library Board of Trustees have agreed to give 4 parking spots to designate for electric vehicles.
Very nice.
And the final is the meals tax and food trucks update. At your last meeting, we were asked to come up with ideas on how to remind establishments and food trucks that they should be paying the .75 meals tax to the town. The Board of Health has added the following statement to the bottom of their permit applications, quote, "All food sales are subject to local meals tax. Please include this in the price. Mobile food trucks included," end quote. We'll keep you updated in other ways we can use as reminders as well, and Mary let me know that we will also include that on our common vic license renewals, that same statement.
Thank you, Chief. Any comments or questions for the chief? Hearing none. Is there any other business? Is that a yes from Drew? No, just kidding. He's a yes. All right. Other than that, then, our next meeting will be Tuesday, November 19th, 2019, at 6:30 PM in this room. And that's it for this evening.
Through the chair,
Ms. Noble,
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously, and we are adjourned at 7:23 PM. Thank you, everybody.